Okay, we've got a lot to talk about today with the mystery drones. So get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments below. Well, the mystery drone flap has not fizzled out in Europe at the moment. In fact, it's expanding into different places like Belgium and Munich. A couple days ago, it shut down the Munich airport overnight for 7 hours because of these objects over the airport. And yeah, here's one of these objects. I think this is one of the Danish objects over the Danish airport. It's just crazy. So we're going to go in no particular order. France asks for the EU to identify military corridors and to set up a European coordinating authority to move military assets quickly and efficiently, because things are heating up in Europe. And that is the real scary part of all of this. The mystery drone phenomenon is expanding. It's still anomalous, or at least parts of it, although, of course, there are conventional drones and spycraft and skullduggery going on in this atmosphere of actual war. But the mystery drone phenomenon seems to be apart from all of that, but at the same time, stimulating and triggering this war posture of NATO. So not great. Yeah. Meanwhile, there is a potential situation at the Prague airport. Prague airport has been placed under heightened security after an anonymous English-speaking caller threatened a swarm of drones approaching the area. So now just one person calls in and the whole, everybody gets freaked out. Police and army units were immediately deployed, including snipers and anti-drone systems, with airport closure prepared if needed. Officials stress that no drones have been detected so far, and operations at the airport remain unaffected. So possibly nothing will come of that. Possibly that's a nothing burger. Let's see. This is also about the same incident. Is there anything else here? Anti-drone measures and snipers with the Czech Armed Services and National Police have been deployed around the airport in Prague following an anonymous and unverified report regarding a swarm of drones approaching the airport. Now, potentially by the time you see this video, there will be an update. Maybe some drones did show up. Maybe it was a hoax. Meanwhile, getting back to the German incident.
Germany's Munich airport has restarted flights after drone sightings forced air traffic control to suspend operations on Thursday evening. More than 30 flights were canceled or diverted, leaving thousands of passengers stranded. German authorities have launched an investigation to identify the origins of the drones. It's the latest in a string of similar incidents across Europe. Airports in Denmark, Norway, and Poland recently suspended flights due to unidentified drones. European authorities have expressed concerns that Russia could be behind the incidents, but the Kremlin denies any involvement. DW correspondent Michael Watzke is at the airport in Munich. So what more do we know about these drones?
Well, what we know is that yesterday evening at exactly 10:18, air traffic here at the airport Munich, you can see it in the background, stopped. That was because half an hour earlier, people in the vicinity of the airport, people living there, had actually seen at least one drone. They called the police. Police were able to spot also at least one drone. It's not clear if it was one or more drones because it was nighttime, it was dark, but they could spot at least this one drone in the northern part of Munich, in a city nearby. And this drone flew into the direction of the airport, and it actually flew over one of those two takeoff places here to the runway, in the northern runway of Munich.
Anyway, it goes on for several minutes, giving us updates on that. Ronnie Vernet says something advanced is surveying every NATO country. They can't track it. They can't jam it. They can't bring it down. Nobody knows who controls it. Meanwhile, remember, France seized a Russian tanker thinking that maybe some of these drones were launched from this tanker. Well, nope, not the case. The French military did not find any evidence that the Russian ship Boracay was involved in unidentified drone incursions. So, yeah, not that Russian tanker. Meanwhile, between 5 and 6 large winged unidentified drones measuring up to a meter wide were observed last night over Munich International Airport in southern Germany. Because, yeah, it wasn't just the one drone. Resulting in its closure for up to 7 hours in the grounding and diverting of multiple flights to other airports in Europe. But I think that's significant that we're talking about large drones, not commercially available drones. And I've shown videos of some of these mystery drones in Europe, which look identical to the ones in the US. The drones were first spotted at around 7:30 p.m. Well, we don't need to go through all that, but yeah, very interesting. Merrick von Rennekamp says the mystery drone activity begins early, moves north-south. On September 22nd, Norway and Denmark. On the 25th, a mothership with smaller UAP over northern Germany. On the 2nd of October, drones closed Munich airport. 15 confirmed over Belgium. So yeah, interesting that it's moving in this north-south pattern. Good catch, Merrick. Let's see what else we got. All right, let's go to this article here. Belgium launches probe after reports that 15 drones buzzed military base. Belgium's defense ministry is investigating after 15 drones were spotted Thursday night over the Elsenborn military base near the German border, according to local media reports. The ministry told Politico on Friday it was still probing the incident. It's currently not clear where the drones came from or who operated them, but reports said they flew into Germany after buzzing the base. So yeah, a lot of German-oriented activity at the moment. They left Belgium and they moved into Germany or back into Germany. But Belgium Defense Minister Theo Franken said Friday there is currently no concrete evidence linking the incident to Russia. So that's good. At least he's saying that. Let's see. We have more. Bavarian officials are calling for police shoot down powers after sightings of unknown. Oh, did I lose it? Unknown objects over the Munich airport for 17 flights to be canceled or diverted, disrupting nearly 3,000 passengers. So yeah, asking for shoot down powers. Breaking a swarm of 15 unknown drones appeared over a NATO military airbase in Elsenborn, Buitenbach in Belgium last night. They then quickly flew across the border into Germany. So yeah, over military bases, the Royal Air Force Regiment has deployed specialist counter-drone units to Denmark following a surge in unauthorized drone activity around airports and key sites. I don't know, unauthorized? I bet the FAA approved those. Ronnie Vernet says a swarm of unidentified objects led by a mothership did a survey of critical infrastructure in Germany. According to a government internal memo, it was described as a combined drone system with a parent drone or a large stationary and several small. So again, we see this mothership dynamic. Really interesting. Meanwhile, here's an image from one of these things from WOW. Drones capture Munich airport on October 2nd. I had to look around to see if any footage around of drones event. None. So check webcams. Notice this around the time of sightings. So is this a plane or is this one of the mystery drones? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Drone sightings prompt call for German police to gain shoot down powers. More people wanting to shoot these things down. Understandable. Drone sightings overnight at Germany's Munich airport led to the cancellation and diversion of dozens of flights on the eve of a national holiday. Well, we're not going to get into all that, but yeah, the police want shoot down powers. Now, I'm of two minds about this. If this is some sort of peaceful disclosure, for example, by the phenomenon, maybe we shouldn't shoot at them. At the same time, they're interfering with our airspace and disrupting flights. I think we do have a right to protect our own airspace. So if these are, drones or something, and we're not shooting down living beings, then yeah, I think we should go ahead and shoot them down, shoot one down, see what the heck it is. Of course, already has one of these things and they haven't told us what it is. If the Germans shot one down, would they tell us what it is? Meanwhile, I've talked before about the results of the European leaders meeting to discuss this series of incidents. But per Grok, the meeting in question appears to refer to the ongoing European Political Community Summit hosted in Copenhagen. This informal gathering brought together leaders from over 40 European countries to address heightened security concerns, particularly Russia's suspected role in recent drone incursions. Based on reports from the summit's conclusion on October 2nd, the leaders reached the following agreements. One, enforcement of the drone wall initiative that I've talked about before, calls for rearmament and innovation, support for Ukraine, broader security measures. Discussions touched on NATO coordination, hybrid threat responses, and a push for the EU to achieve full strategic autonomy by 2030. No immediate punitive actions against Russia were announced, but the tone was one of urgency and unity. There you go. That's the result of the meeting. They're going to start creating this drone wall, and you have to wonder, because a lot of money is going to go into the creation of that, and there's probably going to be some high-tech contractors involved. The suspicious part of my brain wonders if maybe that was the point all along, and these contractors did this so they could get the money for the drone wall. I don't think that's the case. This seems very anomalous, and that would be such a great risk for any of these contractors if one of these drones did fall out of the sky. But it is weird. I mean, the military does have fancy drones. Check out these tiny little drones they have, like the size of a hummingbird. That's just crazy, guys. So yeah, we are entering a new and weird world, and where these UFOs are impersonating drones, it's only going to get murkier to determine what is anomalous and what's not. Here's what Macron had to say during the meeting.
I am very cautious, but it means that we must collectively improve our equipment and cooperate to have an early warning system, many more anti-drone systems, and many more capabilities to deter our enemies and achieve adequate cooperation. And that's why this afternoon's meeting is so important. There's a comparison between the current era and the era before World War II. Do you agree? I think we all need to be very cautious because we're in a time of confrontation with a lot of hybridity. That's why we need to be strong in controlling aggression, but also cautious and avoid any escalation.
Like seizing Russian tankers, Macron. Yeah, he seized a Russian tanker that turned out to be nothing. But he says we shouldn't escalate this. But I guess they had to know, right? I mean, I get it. If there was a Russian tanker and you suspected drones were coming from it, it's only natural to seize it. But it turned out to be a nothing burger. So that's the current state of things as of the time of this video, but it is an ongoing situation. Again, I wouldn't be surprised that by the time you see this video, there were more airport shutdowns, and maybe, as Merrick von Rennenkamp suggested, the phenomenon is continuing to move south. So let me know what you think about it all in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. Love to see you guys there. If you want to support Cosmic Road in a bigger way, grab a hoodie or a t-shirt in the merch store below, or become a channel member. Channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you. Meanwhile, there's plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road signing out.